All right, so let's just start getting this going. Today's mission is to read the journals. Are you talking about the journals in the ARG journals? It's that funky little thing on the top left. That is our symbiote friend right here. It is reactive to the sound. Here, let me reset it really quick. I got a little magnet that I can put against there. Check this out. So, while I got y'all in here, I just released the invert edition of today's mission, the book. This is the invert edition. So if you have the first edition, it's the exact same thing. It's just, instead of black pages, it's white pages. Big old thick book, 380 pages, all with tons of missions. I think about like 400 and something missions in total, maybe close to 500. I haven't actually counted, and depending on what you, all the alternates and everything, but there's at least 366 total missions, and then a bunch of different alternates and all sorts of stuff. And you can get that on FREAKBAiT.com or FREAKBAiT.store. But if you click FREAKBAiT.com, you can go to my store. What achievements do you get for completing all of them? All the missions? You might get immortality, because if you complete all of them, you're probably either going to die or be in prison. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend trying to complete all of them. Some of them are impossible. Let's drift. Carrots had a theme song. I guess they live underground, so it'd have kind of like a chill underground vibe. Check this out. I got some Genmaicha tea right here. Some nice chill Genmaicha. All right. How about we add some bass to this, some kicks. So I'm controlling the filter of the bass right here. With this right here. So whenever I go down in this bottom quadrant with this this controller right here, this joystick, opens up the filter. And then when I twist the knob, the Z-axis on this, that's how I can open up the filter for that middle. That right there. And then when I put it up in the upper right quadrant, opens up the filter for this. So I'm controlling 3 different instruments with this with this joystick. Now let me check what chat's going on. What the fuck? Danny pooped his pants. I don't even know what's going on. But yeah, I'm controlling the filter with this joystick. It's a a lot easier than twiddling a knob. So if I wanted to, I could route the drums. I have a like a glitch kind of repeater module, and I can hook it up to this Z button. There's a button right up here on the top of the joystick, and I can trigger like glitches and make it get all crazy and glitchy. It's really fun because I can actually trigger the glitch, and then I can change the size of the sample so it can go faster or slower, like like super fast, and get a tonal sound out of the drums, and then control the sound with the joystick. And the reason that I have these both on opposite axes is so when I open this one up, it closes the other filter. And then when I open this one up, it closes the other filter. So they don't step on each other, really. But it also makes it so it's kind of a perfect mix. It's a nice chill little vibe. Time with this. Might be able to hear my, hopefully you can hear my vocoder. Might not be able to hear what I'm saying though. Let me see in chat if you can hear what I'm saying through the vocoder. I didn't see your message. What's your message? Post it again. Let me see your message. It'll be important though. You took me away from cooking. You should check through the almost 400 missions that I've posted. If you can't find a mission to do in 400 missions, I don't know what to tell you, man. Buy my book. There's several hundred more missions. You can have 500-600 missions. Who knows? Get the book, then you can have plenty of missions. There's all sorts of missions you can do in a small town. But yeah, if you can't find a mission out of the 400 that I've released so far, I don't know what to tell you, man. Marks, really, that sounds interesting. I'm interested in what Marks has to say about the ASO video. I haven't even seen it, any of the new stuff about Demiurge. I wonder how much he has. I have some stuff in the works, but I've been working on this book. I have a book, a choose your own adventure book that I've been illustrating recently and writing. It's about a little over 800 pages long with over 100 illustrations, all hand drawn in pen. Here, I can grab some of the illustrations. Let me grab them real quick. So I keep them in a bag, in a plastic bag, because I don't want them to get messed up. And they're all ripped out of the notebook because I have to scan them when I do it. I'm like, oh, here's one. Here's the Rotten Cowboys. Here's a guy getting stabbed in the neck with a laundry basket rod. Here's just a terminal that you hack. There's over 100 of these. I got a whole. I can't show all of them because some of them have nudity, some of them have some pretty obscene violence. Oh, like this one. I guess this isn't too bad. This is a guy getting sucked into a thresher. Of reality hacking, like cyberpunks. You can see a lot more when the book's released, and I've put stuff on my Patreon. I've posted a little bit on my Instagram, but there's over 100 illustrations that I've done, all hand drawn, pen and ink. I do have a Bandcamp. It's Mookilaka, but the thing is, a lot of my tracks are unreleased right now, or are not up for sale right now. You can find them on Spotify, but Mookilaka. That's all my music. I play guitar, drums, bass, do all the synths, everything. So the book will only be physical. Because there are a couple limitations with a digital, it has to be a physical book because it is a choose your own adventure, and there are a couple different hidden little things in the book that can only exist if it's physical. It would actually make it so it's kind of impossible to read otherwise. So yeah, it's all about physical books. It will be available on my shop by the end of August, hopefully mid-August, and it'll be available on Amazon around the same time as well if you're not in America, because international shipping is absurd. So there's not a choose your own adventure one released yet, but the pink one you're talking about, FREAKBAiT the book. This one right here. There's lots in this. FREAKBAiT the book. It's available on my shop. It's also available on Amazon. FREAKBAiT the book. 280 pages of unadulterated, uncensored FREAKBAiT. Not safe for work, not safe for your parents. It's for adults only. Also, in case you don't know, they're almost sold out. I only have a couple left in my shop, but I have FREAKBAiT's America. It's an art book that I made. original art, all my drawings of FREAKBAiT. And then, if you don't like the way I color it, I've got the coloring book. You can get this on Amazon as well. It's hard to show it on this, but yeah, that's a couple of my books. And then so yeah, I have those books. I have the Eating People book, but that one's sold out. The Gang Stalker books are sold out, but I have How to Gang Stalk and How to Be Gang Stalked. Here, let me go. Whole how-to guide on how to gang stalk. And then say you're on the other side and you want to learn how to be gang stalked. Guide on how to be gang stalked. It's actually, what's really interesting is the book that I'm writing right now, the Choose Your Own Adventure book, the 800-page book. I've been working on it for about a year and a half, and this is a part of the book. It's kind of a supplementary thing because there is a whole story in the book where you're gang stalking and being gang stalked. I can't give away too much, but yeah, this is actually in the book. That's how to gang stalk and how to be gang stalked. Yes, there's going to be more Jeff lore. In fact, there is Jeff lore in the book. Now, it's not necessary to understand Demiurge, but it might be necessary to understand what Jeff is or who Jeff is. I guess it's better to say what Jeff is. But he's in the book too. He's a very main character in the book, but it's not a book for kids. It's very adult oriented. There's a lot of sex, there's a lot of violence, there's a lot of gross stuff and shocking stuff. It's not a book for kids, but it is made for entertainment, and Jeff is a big character in one of the stories. Essentially the book is 5 books in one. It's 5 different genre books, all in one story that you could travel through, and you could read each one separately if you want to. You could read it all as one. You could read it all the way through if you'd really like to. But yeah, it's made to be like a branching narrative, and it goes through several different universes, several different worlds: a cyberpunk world, a zombie, Wild West Lovecraftian horror world, a stoner medieval sword and sorcery, wizard world, weed wizards and stuff like that, and then a prison, a gritty prison, like thriller, violent, super hyper violent, like splatter horror kind of stuff, and then a sci-fi, universe jumping kind of comedy. I guess it's a little bit comedy. It's funny. You turn into a puddle of cum in one of them, so I guess that's funny. But yeah, lots of death scenes because it's an interactive fiction, choose your own adventure style book. So there's a lot of death scenes. There's a lot of sex and violence. That's what it's all about. These are a bunch of different cables. Let's see. These gold ones I got from CalSynth, I believe. And then, I don't know, they come from a bunch of different brands. I really like these ones. These come from Control, C-N-T-R-L, Control. And they're called like flesh cables or some shit like that. But I really like these. I have a bunch of them. But yeah, you just connect these. That's how I'm making these sounds happen. There has been several different versions of the Demiurge thing. I've had to like fix stuff. I mean, I coded the whole thing myself, and I'm not an excellent coder. I was like teaching myself as I was doing it. Plus, there were things that people pointed out that were like kind of inconsistencies within the storyline that people helped. Marks helped point out a few. Yeah, I had to go back and fix some things, and because I wrote most of the ARG, I wrote it in just like a flurry where I wasn't sleeping. In about a month or so, I wrote all the journals, all the emails, everything. Like it was just a kind of a manic episode, I guess, but a very creative and productive manic episode. And then so like I go back and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot that I wrote that. But that's how a lot of my stuff is. I just get it all out really fast, and then I come back and I'm like, okay, what did I make? Yeah, I have a book coming out soon. It'll be in the next couple months. I'll be marketing it, and what I'll probably do is I'll read it on live stream, and I'll have people decide. Like I'll do a vote on what decisions to make to read the book, and we can go through it. But there are a lot of adult themes, so I might have to make it age restricted. I'm not sure, because it does have a lot of violence and it does have a lot of sex. It has drug use. It has a lot of like shocking kind of trigger warning kind of stuff, almost intentionally, because I was trying to, make it entertaining, and violence is entertaining. Especially the kind of violence that I have in the book. You like chop people in half vertically. I have a whole, and it's all illustrated too. I illustrated a bunch of it, so there's over 100 illustrations that I made. Some of them have nudity. I actually have a list that I'm still working on. I have 24 more illustrations to finish, and one of them is Thomas the Trouserless Bard. He's this bard, because this takes place in a medieval world, one of the stories does, and he's a bard who just has this huge swinging dick that like hangs between his knees, and he's a cool dude. He's a real cool dude. But yeah, he doesn't wear boxers, or he doesn't wear pants, because he can't. Nothing contains it all. And that's a drawing in there, so you're going to see some swinging dick. There's a geriatric blood orgy scene where you're in a barn, and you come across like a satanic ritual of all these old people that are like sacrificing this young girl to remain young or whatever. So like they get their eternal youth, and they all like take her blood and cover themselves in it and have sex with each other. It's really disturbing. It's made specifically to be very disturbing, and I drew that too. That's an illustration that I have. So I have some naked people getting it on. If you want to see that. We are 100% going to get more gaming streams in the future. Actually, what I want to do, I want to stay consistent. I've said it before, but I really want to stay consistent and have like a Monday modular stream. I would like to have a time that works with a lot of people. I'm doing 9 o'clock. It's a little late for a lot of people. I don't know. But Monday modular stream, and I was thinking maybe either a Wednesday or a Thursday gaming stream. I would love to play some like weird games. I have all sorts of weird games, and I think it'd be really fun to. And I love just chatting with people, I just had to play with the music a little bit. We just have this going in the background while I'm chatting with everybody, but I love chatting with everybody. Love love that switchboard, dude. Use it for music production. This whole thing, this is how you're hearing this. So the drums are coming through the drum root impact right here. And then I'm actually putting them through this plasma pedal. So that's the normal drums, but here, check this out. So I'm routing the guitar, or the drums, through a guitar pedal, the plasma distortion pedal. And that gives it that really chunky distortion. Like, listen. And then, so that's just going in here. I think it goes to the cloaks, which is just a VCA, I believe. And that's just amplifying the signal and putting it through into the mixer. Then we got this sound right here. You hear in the background? So that's being controlled right here. That's the Victor. Changed to a bunch of different waveforms too. It has like 64 different waveforms, I think. But I just have it on a single one that it's actually kind of traveling through. It's doing this for me, but really, really, really slow. I have an LFO going, a low frequency oscillator that's taking that and basically turning the knob for me really, really slow. So I have that fed into there. So that's how you're getting this sound right here. But then I have it fed through a filter. That's how I'm able to control this filter right here. So the filter is down here. I actually have it fed through 2 filters. It might get a little complicated right here what I'm doing now. And then I actually fed it into this, and I'm splitting the signal into 2. And then I have it through 1 filter, and then I have it through another filter over here. So when I do this, depending on what quadrant that I'm putting it in, here, like, listen. Well, okay, and also, so now I have it sharing a quadrant, or I have it opposite quadrant right here. So when I open this filter up, it's closing the filter of the bass. If you hear this bass right here. So that is the Vogue, the Model D, Behringer Model D. Here, I'll move the camera so you can see all the other gear that I have over here. So yeah, that right there is the Behringer, so that's how I'm getting this bass line. And then so this joystick right here is controlling the filter on the Model D, but I'm running it through a VCA, so it's just very gradual. It doesn't go like, you know, but with the tiniest movement. I have it really gradual. What I did is I took the signal, the control voltage, and I shrunk the control voltage so it's only between a smaller range. Basically, that's how I made that. And then so that is going through just a single filter right here. That's the built-in filter too for the Vogue. Oh, and then I have another synth down here. I have a mini chord, or a micro chord. And here, I'll move the camera so you can see that. And that's how I'm doing the vocoder stuff. Like, I'll do some vocoder stuff after I show you. been building. So this right here took me about maybe 3 years to build everything. And a lot of these units I got either used or I built them myself. Very few of them that I buy new. And the ones that I did buy new are like the Behringer ones, the cheap, ones. So in total, I spent maybe a little less than $5,000 on everything here, but it's worth about twice as much. And then I got a key step right here. I replaced my old key step. So I had this one before. It still works, but the KeyStep Pro is a whole fucking studio in one. It's amazing. That's actually the brains. I'm running a Pam's new workout into the KeyStep Pro to give the clock, and then everything else, all the MIDI, all the CV, everything, I'm basically controlling this whole thing right here with the KeyStep Pro. So that's definitely recommended. And then the Drum Brute Impact that I have here, that's my drums. But I also have a drum machine over here. I'm actually not currently utilizing it because it's a lot more complex. It's more of a noise drum synth. And this is more, we're doing something chill tonight. But yeah, it's taken me about three or so years to build this. And then my whole studio, maybe like 10 plus years. I got, guitars, I got bass, I got an amp right over there, I got a fiddle, a drum set. What else do I got? I got a bunch of stuff. Oh, check this out. This right here is a Resolute. There's only about 150 of these on the planet right now. They might go into bigger production, but right now there's not many of them. And so what this is this is a synthesizer that uses guitar pickups right here, if you can see them. And it picks up electrical signals through that. So what I can do, there's these special picks that when you run it over this, it plays it like a guitar. And then right here is a ribbon, a strip ribbon, like fretboard basically. And this gives you, there we go, you couldn't see it on the screen, but this gives you control over the control voltage, the notes basically. So this is a complete synthesizer right here. It's actually battery operated, so you can just turn it on and it's good to go. But I suck at it right now. I'll get better, then maybe I'll do some live streams with it. I'd love to do like guitar live streams too, play some music, maybe sing. But my current setup right now is mostly modular focused, so if I wanted to do a live where I'm singing and playing guitar, I would have to completely reformat my entire studio. So right now we're just doing modular. Sorry, I'm catching up with chat right now. I'm reading chat. I have a lot of stuff from Mark's right here. So if you like this music right here that I'm making, I did put out a full synthesizer album that I made back in 2020 during the quarantines, during the 2020 COVID-19 quarantines. And I made a full album in about 2 weeks, I think it was, or a week. And it was all with analog gear on a Porta Studio cassette recorder. But it's all very chill. Maybe not all of it. There's some kind of fun and danceable tracks. But I think there's like 20 tracks in total. It's called the Quarantapes. Mukilaka Quarantapes. You could find it on Spotify, you can find it on Bandcamp, on all the different streaming things. On YouTube, you can find it. Look up like Plague Diaries. That's a good one if you want something that's more chill. Now that was before I had all this. That's when I was running synths like this right here, the Micro Brute. I have another drum machine right here, the old school Drum Brute. This is the classic. I really like the Impact a lot more though. got a bunch of different analog synths, so I'm not gonna dig them all out right now. Those are the ones that I have set up. I love that filter. I love the growl on that thing. The Model D is a beautiful and cheap. I got mine on a sale, so I ended up paying only like $200 for it. Still, you could get like a used one for $200, really. But I got like a what do they call it? The tester ones or whatever. The ones they have that out on the floor. I got that one for cheap, and it's beautiful. I've had it for close to 10 years now. It just sounds gorgeous. Listen to that. That just sounds beautiful. I like it. I love it. I wish I was an electrical engineer. I'd probably have a lot more money. I taught myself how to build this. I started with building guitar pedals. I have a bunch of guitar pedals. I have like maybe 100 plus guitar pedals, all different sorts. I taught myself how to build guitar pedals, and then I moved on to building modular synths. So I have a little bit of experience, but I don't know if I can make a job out of it. I'm reading chat and there's some unhinged shit in there. I ain't paying child support. FREAKBAiT animations made. I make them all in Blender, and then I do editing and all the effects and stuff, the text and all that stuff in After Effects, and then I run it through. Well, I'm not going to be able to grab it and pull it, but I have a VCR over here. I run it through a whole VCR setup on the other side of my studio over here, over this way. I don't know if you can see my hand, and then. Yeah, it gives it that nice analog and all the chromatic aberration and everything. I found that if you use any plugins and shit, you can tell. They look like garbage. If you use the real thing, it's fucking beautiful. Like, I love analog. I love real, authentic. Yeah, it's all in Blender. I do it all in Blender. I wish I could use like a mocap suit because it would make it so much easier. I've tried. There's been times where I've like done the thing where you set it up and you move in front of a camera and it does like an AI thing, and it's just shit. It's garbage. I need like a Rococo suit to really do it. Otherwise, it's just so much cleanup, and it drifts and stuff. It's just so much work. So it's much easier just to go with. I use like Mixamo animations a lot, or I'll just do my own animations. For the more complex stuff, the more specific movements. Yeah, the Rococo suits are like, I think $2,000. I was looking at the original, the old ones, and there was one for like $800, and I was gonna spring on it, but it was like, is $800 worth it? Like, really? Like, that's a lot of money, and how much money really am I gonna make from these videos? Because the FREAKBAiT videos don't make a ton of money on YouTube and stuff like that. Most of my income comes from like merch sales, from freelance work. I do ads and stuff like that, voice acting, all that kind of stuff. So most of my money isn't coming from YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and all that kind of stuff. They don't really pay that much. It pays about $100 per million views on shorts. If I did long form content, or when I do long form content, it pays a little bit more, but it's hard to really do long form animation content, especially as a single person, making all the music and everything by myself. The doohickey in the corner, you talking about the ferrofluid that's dancing? Voice acting, yeah, I actually have done a little bit of voice acting for, let's see, for some video games. There's one called Enter the Void, I think it was called. Oh fuck, maybe shouldn't test me on all the different stuff. But I've done some voice acting for a lot of different stuff. I would love to do more. I did a voice acting for this short film by an amazing horror filmmaker named Psychosilico, and Psychosilico Solutions. I'm in that too, and I love that. I can't wait to get my hands on the Blu-ray of that. Will Wood and the Tapeworms. I don't think I have. Is that a band? No, just my own voice. But I use a different mic usually because people want the FREAKBAiT voice, so I'm like, today's mission, all super deep and everything, but because I'm using a completely different mic right now. I'm using like a legit an Audio Technica. I don't remember what it is, but yeah, I have like a whole mic set up right here. Let's see if I can get it on this camera. That's the mic I'm using. But usually I use the telephone mic, which is over on my other, where I record. I'm not going to be able to grab it right now, but that's when I get the FREAKBAiT voice, where it's all, today's mission. See how many goldfish you can hide in your butthole, or whatever, whatever stupid shit. Not good with impressions, no. I can sing though. You can see all the different music I've made. I've released punk music, metal music, country music, folk music, all sorts of different stuff, rap. So yeah, I can do different things with my voice, but I don't really emulate other people's voices very well. I mostly just manipulate mine. Symbiote. I don't know if I can show what I'm drinking, but Hard Mountain Dew paid my rent for a couple months, so shout out to Hard Mountain Dew. If you haven't seen the ad, go check out the ad I made for them. It's on my page. Just search Hard Mountain Dew, I think. I don't remember. It's funny. It has the glowy hole in it. How much was the mics? This mic was only like $100. I don't really spend a lot of money on mics. There's some mics. I was in a studio one time where they had like a $10,000 mic, and I was like, what the fuck's the difference? Like, really, is there a $10,000 difference? I'm sure there is. I'm ignorant, but still, $10,000 for a microphone? That's too much. I feel bad spending $100 on a microphone. But yeah, I have a couple different mics. I have an SM58. That's the classic. That's what I did a lot of my punk music on. I would just plug it directly into the board too. I love GD Cologne. Is that what you wanted me to say? I love GD Cologne. Yeti is good. I have a Snowball. That one's a classic. Honestly, you don't need any fancy mics. The mic that I use for all my FREAKBAiT stuff is a prison telephone. It's a telephone that you get in prison. I got it as a surplus on eBay, but it's a telephone they use in prison, and I just switched the in and the out and turned it into a speaker. Yeah, and the one I use in my videos is very specific. It is a microphone, or it's a telephone, I mean, so it really cuts through, and it's not perfect for everything. And a lot of my FREAKBAiT music, or my Modular music, I also use the telephone mic, because it just cuts through a mix. I learned that through live shows, when I'd play live music, and when I brought that, it was like, oh fuck, I can cut through any mix. It can be the most dense, noisy mix, and having that telephone mic, it just perfectly accentuates the speakers were specifically built for the human voice, so it's going to accentuate that frequency band that the human voice operates within, and that's all you need. The brand of the prison telephone, it's just, I think it's like Pac Bell or something. It's a prison telephone. It's like this red prison telephone. Let me see if I can grab it. Here, I got a second one, because I have a bunch of them. Here, let me grab one. Okay, so this one right here, this is a yellow prison telephone, and you can see it still has the little metal thing on it. Now this, I haven't used yet, but you can open this up. See this right here? This, if you pop it out, there we go. So if you pop it out and you switch these two, see these two wires right here? These two wires right here, if you switch these, then in and out, then this turns from a speaker into a microphone, because speakers and microphones are both transducers. They're just the opposite way. So a speaker can be a microphone, and a microphone can be a speaker, just not very well at the other person's job, you know, or the other thing's job. But for what I'm using it for, so I'm not even using the mouthpiece right here, the speaker down here. I don't think I can even get this open. I think it's glued. But this right here, you talk into this, you talk into the earpiece, and then it gives you that really lo-fi. So, but this one is one that I haven't processed yet. So it just comes to an end like that. The mic that I'm using here is an Audio-Technica AT2020. Audio-Technica AT2020. It's a basic mic. You can find it anywhere. It's one of the most standard mics. It's a great mic though. I love it. No, the stream isn't pre-recorded. All right. That was a nice little jam session. Let me see. We're an hour into it right now. I could change it up. Let's make something different. Let's do something a little faster, because that was nice and chill. Okay, we got 94 BPM. Let me check chat real quick. People want me to say fish. Everybody wants me to say fish. Here, I'll do it through a vocoder. Fish. I said fish. Oh, for anybody who's new to the stream, here, let me turn this metronome off. It's annoying me. For anybody who's new to the stream, I just released the Today's Mission Inverse Edition. Featuring over 365 missions, including alternates, hard mode, all sorts of different stuff, extras. There's probably like 500 missions in here. I don't know. Definitely more than 400, probably close to 500, maybe even close to 600. Who knows? There's quite a lot of missions in this thing. You can get it for, I think, 20 bucks. Big old thick book. Even if you don't like it, you could use it as a doorstop, or you could beat someone to death with it, whatever. It could be a bludgeoning weapon. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on FREAKBAiT.store, or you can go to just FREAKBAiT.com and you can click through the store link on there too. Also, if you want to go to FREAKBAiT.com, you could check out the Voidman little buddy, I guess. He pops up in the bottom right corner. Check him out. Talk with him a little bit. You might enjoy it. Let's get some music again. Let's go. Let me check chat one more time, and then we'll jump into music. If you want to buy it anywhere outside of the United States, I'd recommend getting it on Amazon. Cheapest international shipping. International shipping from America is absurd. Okay, I'm going to start making some music. I was checking up on chat real quick. I see Mark's left. Good night. Thank you for stopping in, Marks. If the show is called Title Card, then why can I see it? I don't know what that's a reference to, but I came in the middle of that. Foxy fan has some crazy fonts. White man's voice is just a fake accent. Do you think I actually talk like that? It's a really bad, like, New Yorker accent. I don't even know. It all started when I was trying to do that one merch video, you know, and I was like, hey, come over here. I was just putting on a really bad accent. It's not even a good accent, so, you know, I don't know how I tricked ya. What's up, Dexter the Cat? How you doing? Big shout out to Dexter the Cat. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've live streamed too, so I'm not blaming you. Nice to have you in. I'm not good at a Canadian accent. I try it, but all I can say is a boop, and it's not even that good. I'm straight out of California. That's all I can really say. Hold up, let me drink this really quick, and then I'll jump back into this. Lots of fish in the chat. I just checked the chat. I've been jamming. I don't really look at the chat when I'm jamming. I have to turn around and look the other way. Does he have a deep voice in all of his shorts? Today's mission. Today's mission. To have a deep voice for all of my shorts. Talk like Batman. Today's mission. Talk like Batman. So much fish in chat. It's like the ocean. I've done a bunch of the missions. Absolutely. A lot of them are based off of either pranks that I did when I was younger or still do, or people that my friends or family have done to me or have done to each other or done to other people. And so I base it off of real life experiences, absolutely. And then some are based off of shit that, you know, people tell me, stuff that I've seen online, you know, a bunch of different jokes. It's just all sorts of, it's just kind of, at one point, I got to a point where it was just like, the Today's Mission series is a compendium of like every single prank that you could possibly pull, every single weird social experiment, you know. Eventually, when I hit like 1,000 missions, I'm sure it'll run out eventually. Maybe one day, we'll see. But it's going to be going quite steady until then. The series isn't over, no matter what. It's just me who runs this. Yes, one person. Just one guy who does the animation, the music, all the merch. Here, check out, I got some paintings. Check this painting out. It's called Praxis. I do all the art, I do all the illustrations, I do all the music, I sing, I play guitar, play bass, play all sorts of instruments, synthesizer, piano. And then I 3D, do all my 3D animation, I do everything, one man team. Restaurant in Moscow. That's what's up. What's on the menu? What kind of stuff do they got at a restaurant in Moscow? Is it just a normal restaurant, or do they got some interesting non-normal stuff? Fish. There's that game, How Fish is Made. I thought about playing that sometime on live stream. I think that'd be fun. I've never played it yet. I own it. I got it for like 99 cents, I think. But I haven't played it yet. I wanted to save it for the first time on live stream, so I'm experiencing it for the first time as, you know, everybody else in the stream. A newborn baby only has 1,000. I think that's a lie. That's a lie. That's definitely a lie. Only 1,787 calories. You got to do your math. I have, I think I might be able to find out exactly how many calories are in a newborn baby from this book right here. Because it has the nutrition facts of human meat in here. Let me find. Preparation methods, butchering. Medical perspectives. I think this, no, it should have like nutrition. Remember, I had nutrition in here. Yeah, but I'm not gonna look that up right now. But I think you're wrong. A baby has way more nutritional content than only 1,700 calories. You realize, like, a fucking cheeseburger has more calories than that. Like, if you get a really meaty cheeseburger, and think of like a brain tissue itself is mostly made up of myelin, or like myelin tissue, or like white fat, essentially. A brain is a lot of fatty tissue. Brain itself, if you ate a brain, that's like 1,000 calories by itself, even if it's a newborn brain. So an entire newborn baby, that'd probably be like 10,000, 20,000 calories. I don't know. I could probably do the math. You just go by the weight and the muscle mass. I mean, you're not going to eat the bones. If you ate the bones, that's some more calories. Bone marrow has a ton of calories in it. So, yeah, an entire newborn infant, if you tried eating an entire newborn infant, that'd be way more than 1,700 calories. How long have I been doing this live stream, or how long have I been doing FREAKBaiT? Or how long have I been making music or animating? I started a 3D animation in 2021. I started FREAKBaiT in 2016, but it started as an art kind of thing where I was selling like pins and art, because I'm mostly a illustrator and painter. And I made some music. You can look up the music. You look up on YouTube, FREAKBaiT Crime Passionel. It's like a industrial metal song. These are organized. They might look unorganized, but that's how you're getting this sound right here. Fish mayo. On having a weekly modular live stream like this, and then I want to have a video game, like a gaming live stream, probably on Thursdays. I want to stay consistent with that, so every Monday, modular live stream, every Thursday, video game live stream. Oh yeah. The video with Kid Kotze was made entirely separate. I made the animation, and then he made the live action part. And he had a friend wear like a green screen suit and like superimpose the glitchy texture on top of that green suit. So he was able to bring Void Man into life. I love that video, and Kid Kotze's super fucking talented and funny and very creative. Check out Kid Kotze if you haven't heard of him. You'd love his shit. If you like my stuff, you'd absolutely love his. He's just as unhinged, and you'd love it. This is inside the pit. I never made it out of the pit. It's just a very roomy pit, so there's a lot of stuff falling with me at the same rate. If you know your physics, you'd know everything falls at the same rate, no matter the weight. So this is all falling with me. It's just stable. Up my volume like the music volume. Here, let's make this faster. Let's get it crazy. That was a fun one. Let's see, it is 10:32 where I am right now, so we have been streaming for an hour and a half. All made-up music on the spot, and just a lot of chatting. Actually, speaking of, let's check with chat. Splatoon music. Yeah, definitely had that Splatoon music vibe. Okay, here let's go back to that nice, chill kind of pseudo ambient, really relaxing music. Here, let me bring that up. I like that slow, chill stuff. Oh yeah, nice and spacey. mentions yet, don't worry. See, there's still a lot of fish talk. And freaking your bait and getting it all over the screen. Making this up all as I go along. It's just a jam. Man, that's amazing to read, Tebow family. I'm glad it was always inside you the whole time. You just needed to find a way to unlock it, you know? Idolatry is partying. You know, I discovered that I can't eat and masturbate at the same time. They'll kick you out of Denny's for that. The respawn lobby for today's mission, in case you die. You know, ever since I started releasing today's missions, I always found this strange fascination with rules that people keep asking me. They ask me, what are the rules for the today's mission? You think I'm a guy who likes rules? I love chaos. It's about chaos. It's about causing as much, you know, fun as possible. It's about entertainment, you know. It's not about like causing pain or anything like that. It's more about just causing people to laugh and keep them on their toes, you know, question reality. Yeah, Baker is, no, I shouldn't give away anything. Yeah, Baker is a very important character. I'm gonna get on the vocoder. Here, have a robot speak. That'd be fun to do a robot rock cover. I'm gonna bring this bass back in. I'm gonna bring this crunchy drums. You ready? I love those crunchy drums. Jamiroquai's a classic. Digital insanity, baby. I love the sound that this plasma pedal gives the drum group. It's all analog too. These samples are all analog samples. They're not just samples that are playing. They're manipulated electricity to make that sound. Same with the plasma pedal. Let's see if I can bring it up. You can see what it's doing. Because what it does is it's a guitar pedal. If you look up plasma pedal, you can find it. But what it does is it takes the signal and it puts it through this tube, and then it converts it to electricity in this tube, and it gives it this real crunchy sound. Here, I'll show you. Can't bring it too far because it's attached directly to that, but that's how I get that crunchy sound. Why don't y'all turn it off real quick? So that's just the standard drums, and then when I put it through that distortion pedal, it gives that meaty, crunchy, just beautiful sound. Favorite artist? That's hard to say. I don't know. Don Hertzfeldt. I really like Don Hertzfeldt. I like Shel Silverstein. Or do you mean like musician? Or do you mean like painter artist? I'm not sure. It's hard to say. It just sounds so much better, all crunchy and just raw. I really like how it sounds. Music artist, that's hard to say. It changes every day. Ween. I would say Ween is always up there at the top. They're super talented, very diverse. They're able to create all sorts of different music, everything from like country, amazing country music. They have a whole album of country music to like metal, like speed metal, a lot of great stuff. And they made the Ocean Man song from SpongeBob. They also made the Loop de Loop song on how to tie your shoes. So they're educational too. I'd say they're probably my favorite band. I like Radiohead. They're good. I like all sorts of music. I like Little Ugly Mane. I like Viagra Boys. I like Megan Thee Stallion. I like what is this album? Hold on, let me check what it is really quick. All Machine Gun Fellatio. I'm just naming off a bunch of records that I have that I'm looking at right now because I have all my vinyl right here. Here, I'll turn the camera so you can see my vinyl collection. I have about 700 records, I think. Something around there. I like Weezer. Weezer's cool. Weezer made some good music. I like, I don't know, Buddy Holly, Hash Pipe. I don't know. I'm not like a super big, I like Pinkerton. That was a good album. I like Pink Triangle. That's a good song. Yeah, I like Slipknot. Slipknot's good. Iowa was a classic. What other things? I like Slipknot, but see, the thing is, I like a lot of music, but I hate the fans, and people will hate a band because of the fans. Let's say Grateful Dead. People don't like Grateful Dead because of Deadheads. Tool. People do not like Tool because of Tool fans. But Tool's great. Grateful Dead is incredible. Like all these bands, there's a reason why they're famous, you know. Sublime, you know, a lot of people don't like Sublime because the fans are a bunch of dude bro douchebags, but Sublime's great, you know. It's a great genre fusion of like punk, hip hop, ska, you know, or reggae or whatever, you know. It was incredible, but the fans suck. Music though. I mean, I'm not a really big pop fan, I guess, but I do like some pop, like I guess you could say, like, I don't know, The Weeknd. That's pop music, right? Or that's more like R&B. I don't know. I'm not a big like Taylor Swift fan or any of that kind of stuff. I like Chapel Roan, and she's pop, so there's some pop that I like, you know. Sabrina Carpenter, that's like new pop, that's not bad. I like pop music, I guess. What do you think of fans adding their own twist to my shorts? I mean, go for it, that sounds awesome. I'm all for it. I listen to all sorts of metal, though. I mean, anything from... I've been listening to a lot of Electric Wizard recently because I read the book about, you know, the founding of them and stuff like that. It was really cool. They got a lot of lore. They also did a lot of drugs. I'm surprised they're still alive. Funk, disco, heavy metal, yeah, definitely. Have you ever heard of Igor? Igor is cool. Igor with 2 R's, maybe 3 R's, I'm not sure. Baroque core, that's what he calls it. Yeah, I like Lady Gaga. She's super talented. She's a good jazz musician too. She's really good at piano. That's where she started. She actually started as a pianist and then moved on to pop. So she's incredibly talented too. But I mean, I listen to absolutely everything. When people say like, "Oh, I listen to everything," they're lying. Put on some Merzbow, you know. Put on some. I make noise music. I listen to ambient. I've been listening to a bunch of medieval, lute music recently. No joke, no fucking joke. Because I've been writing a medieval story, so it helps me get me in the headspace. Just before that, I was listening to a bunch of ambient country music. So stuff without lyrics, very like Wild West feeling, because I was writing a Wild West thing. I listen to everything though. I listen to classical music, death metal, gangster rap, electronic music, you know, house, everything. I listen to absolutely everything, but there is some music that I don't like. I mean, and a lot of times it's not because it's bad, because I like bad music too. I like, you know, outsider music, like Daniel Johnston, Wesley Willis, you know, like just all sorts. I like stuff that people would typically think is bad. I like noise music or drone music. But what I don't typically like is just generic pop music. Like, it just feels like junk food for the ears. Even bad music is good because it gives you something to explore. You know, there's something of depth there. There's something, especially something like Daniel Johnston, it's actually really good music. It's just filtered through someone who didn't have quite a good singing voice, you know. Maybe his recording techniques were a little subpar, but the music itself is very moving and incredible. Like, Daniel Johnston is one of my all-time favorite artists, but he's an outsider artist. So if people were like, "Oh, what kind of music do you listen to?" and I said Daniel Johnston, they'd go listen to it and be like, "What the fuck is this hipster garbage? Like, this guy's fucking with me?" But no, I really like it. Listen to Some Things Last a Long Time, or Story of an Artist. Go listen to Story of an Artist by Daniel Johnston. That's a good song. See, Merzbow, he made that one. He made Woodpecker, where he made a Pulse Demon, basically. The whole album was like super heavy, aggressive, harsh noise wall. But he doesn't only make that. He makes ambient music. He makes all sorts of experimental electronic music, which is great. If you go into his discography, there's actually a lot of good music that Merzbow's made. He's just famous for making the harsh noise wall, really heavy, aggressive, you know, ear rape music. Dresden Dolls are cool. It's one of those separate the art from the artist things, because I do not like, what's her name? I forgot her name. She's a shithead. the lead singer, I forgot her name. Ashley. Oh, man. Yeah, but the Dresden Dolls are great. Coin-operated boy, stuff like that. You know, I like that kind of cabaret. If you like that, you might dig World Inferno Friendship Society. They're a little bit more aggressive, like punk. They hung out with the C-Squad in New York. Like the people that were like Leftover Crack, Millions of Dead Cops, like those kind of bands they were hanging out with. but they're like cabaret punk, so they make kind of that circus music almost, I guess you could say. Something like Google Bordello too. If you like Google Bordello, kind of ompa, kind of, or if you like Kaiser's Orchestra, great music, kind of like punk rock alternative ompa music. Definitely recommend checking it out. Check out like Ompa Tildudor, or it's all Swedish, so it's not in any English music, but it's great. Gogo Bordello too. Some English, or a lot of English, but there's also a lot of speaks Romani and Ukrainian and all sorts of different dialects. It's amazing. Very talented. I don't think I've ever heard of Mr. Kitty, but just judging from his name and you saying that you have to separate the art from the artist, sounds a little scary. I mean, I like Ariel Pink, and he's a shithead, but he makes great music. I think he is intentionally a shithead, like he's doing it to fuck with people. He's like a troll. So I don't know if he actually believes a lot of the things he says. I think he just does it to egg people on and piss people off. But yeah, I mean, Ariel Pink makes great music, but he's a shithead. I'm not sure if I've listened to him either. I love listening to new music. I would love to. It's hard to keep up with chat. I mean, there's no way I'm going to be able to look up all this stuff immediately, but it would be cool to compile a playlist of people's recommendations. And some music I'm sure I won't like, and other music might be my new favorite band, you know? I've been listening to, check out the song Cadillac Car by Playboy Man Baby. Hold on 1 second. Cadillac Car by Playboy Man Baby. Playboy Man Baby is super talented. He's a really cool guy, and he's kind of unknown. You know, like I think he has a very few amount of followers or like monthly listeners or whatever on Spotify. So I definitely recommend checking him out because super talented, really good, really funny, but also very like politically charged, you know, really good. But Cadillac Car is a great song. It tells you if you have a boss that you hate, or if you have a job that you hate, or if you're just broke, you'll fucking love the song. But let's get back to the music. I've heard of Tom Waits. Oh wait, no, Tom Waits. Like, I've heard of Tom Waits, but the way you spelled it, like weights, like lifting weights, you know, barbell weights. No, I've never heard of that. Is that a different guy? That's funny to have to look that up because Tom Waits is an incredible, like, a super famous musician. Makes great shit too. I'd recommend Rain Dogs. That's a good album to jump into the deep end for him. But he makes some jazzy stuff. His earlier stuff is very jazzy. He didn't always have that super gravelly voice with the big, you know, the super, I don't know, I can't even do a Tom Waits impression. I can't do it. It sounds bad. But, you know, yeah, he has like a super gravelly voice. Gravelly. I don't know. I'm not going to try it. But he has that sounds like he fucking gargled nails, you know. Swished it down with some whiskey and smoked a cigar. Brick, what do you like to do? What are your hobbies? You should do something productive. Spray cheese is good. It's not real cheese, but it has its place. If you're putting it on some Ritz crackers or something, spray cheese is incredible. Check out Ray Bull. They're amazing, very talented. If you like the Strokes, you'll like Ray Bull. I would consider them my internet friends. I went and saw them live not too long ago, and it was really cool hanging out with them. But yeah, Rabel, incredible band, amazing band. Check out Spilly Cave. Spilly Cave, really cool guy, super down to earth, very, very talented, amazing producer, guitarist. He makes like hip hop music too, which is crazy. Like he makes all sorts of shit. So definitely check out Spilly Cave. These are just kind of like smaller, unknown artists, like people that I would consider internet friends of mine. So I'm not like trying to turn you on to, you know, some big famous band that's been in Pitchfork or something, you know. I'm talking about like smaller bands. Check out Doc Gunn. He has an album out that's amazing. Very close friend of mine. Actually, I was in a couple bands with him. I was in a band called Gay Trip. I was in a band called Mother Vines. I was in a band, what other bands? We were in a bunch of bands together. This beat's getting a little repetitive. My name is FREAKBAiT on Spotify. But the music that I listen to, a lot of people won't like. Sometimes I'm putting the music on in the background while I'm working, I'm animating, or when I'm illustrating, when I'm drawing, when I'm painting, when I'm writing. So some music, you're going to be like, why the fuck is he listening to this? Or some music I'll fall asleep to. But I'm always listening to music all the time. Let's change up the beat. That's what it sounds like without the distortion, and then it just sounds so much better with that distortion. I love it. I mean, you can't use that in every song because it'd be too aggressive, but I just love it. Listen to that, it's so crunchy. much baby oil do I have in my reserves? I bought half the lot of the Diddy baby oil on eBay, so maybe like 5,000 bottles? Probably less, because I'm fully oiled up right now. And I used at least a full bottle before this stream, so at least 4,998 bottles, because I drank one before the stream too. I like this. I'm gonna bring the bass up a little bit, just have it a little bit chunky. Bro, you are correct. It's still been pretty unsustainable, but I've been working on a book, and I've been doing freelance work, and we'll see how long I can keep it going. But right now, it's just nice having everybody, stop in the stream and check out and stuff. I don't know. I got lots more to come, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, right now it's pretty unsustainable. I'd have to have like every single video I post would have to get like 1 million views to make it sustainable. So it's pretty challenging. The automaton. I don't have it hooked up. I was just fucking with the mouth. It's not actually hooked up. But you could, I'd have to change out or I'd have to put batteries in it. Or you could hook it up to this 9-volt. But then I could have a line out and I could connect it. I could run it through pedals. Make it sound crazy. I had to go put it back. Thank you, Unfamous. Do you have any favorite pages from the book? Because each page is a different thing, so you know. Do you have any favorite pages? The visual, the ferrofluid, that's actually real. It's just moving a magnet behind the ferrofluid in sync with the music. Stopping by. What was that? Saber Brush? Saber Brush 456. Thanks for stopping in. My favorite food. Probably pizza and then sushi right after that. And then maybe tamales. Or some mole. Some good mole though. People always talk about the cable management, say that it's all crazy and everything, but really this is very organized. It's just basically, you see a lot of this, but it's, you know, connecting from here to here. So that right there is an ADSR. It's attack, decay, sustain, and release. So that basically takes a signal, and every time you give it a pulse, a gate signal in there, it's an envelope, basically. This is an envelope right here that will open or close your signal. So it has the attack, how long it takes to get to the peak. It has the decay, how long it takes to drop, or how long it'll stay, basically. Sustain is how long it will remain at the top of that peak, and then release is how long it takes to drop back down to zero. So that right there, that unit is actually doing this. Well, it's basically doing that. That's an attack, and then sustain, and then decay, and then release. Right. But yeah, so there's a bunch of shit going on. There's a VCA, that's a voltage controlled amplifier. Very similar to an ADSR, but different in a way that what it's taking a control voltage in there, and then it's modifying it. It's basically just you can control how high or low the control voltage is. Let me check that. The background song. You heard me make it right in front of you. If I made a video showing how all this works, it would be a whole YouTube channel. This would take hours and hours just to explain each individual module. Like, especially like something like this maths unit, that is basically an analog computer itself. I'm not using it in this right now, but if I were, this is an analog computer itself. You can basically program shit just by using control voltage. It's pretty amazing. There's so much different stuff that I'm not using a lot of different parts of it. It looks all crazy, but I'm just using this, these two, this, that. I mean, I am using quite a lot. Not all of it. I would not want to be king. King FREAKBAiT sounds scary. Someone would assassinate me, I'm sure of it. Probably my own people. This will be you could go watch the VOD or whatever. This will be on the live playlist. I'll probably be on for maybe another 30 minutes or so. And then it'll be a 3-hour live stream. I'll probably change up the beat and stuff too before the end. But yeah, it's like a 3-hour live stream. How do you come up with today's missions? A lot of them are based off of stuff that I've done throughout my life, little ways to fuck with people, or stuff that my friends or family have done, or friends of family, or family of friends, or just random people. You know, sometimes people, since I started releasing missions, people would tell me, you know, oh, my friend would do this kind of thing, and you should make a mission of it. And sometimes I'll do that, but I can't really think of any other than like community missions. Your chat is not blocked. Everybody can see your chat. PVC pipes are cool, but they do leach polyvinyl chloride or whatever. I think that's what PVC is. Maybe not, I'm not sure. But they do leach that into water. and stuff like that. So they're not necessarily good. Pay his rent, Chad. That would be great, but I always feel guilty when people donate. Like, I'm very appreciative of it. I'm not gonna turn down money, but I always feel guilty because, like, I'm just jamming. I'm glad I can entertain you, though. Cult of the Lamb is fun. Thank you, that one, bro. Gotta play RimWorld. That game's so fun. That sounds cool, Fish Man. I like that. You draw. I used to have a Discord server, but it was a lot to manage. It was a lot to... There was like a little... I think there was like 10,000 people in there, and it was pretty active. And then there was just so much infighting, and people like started like getting into arguments with the mods, and like trying to take down the mods. And like there were mods from like the OG, like right when I started it, so it was like years old. And I ended up closing it down last year around this time, I think. Or I think it was in like September, actually. But you could find the FREAKBAiT Discord if you look for it. But I closed down everything, and now it's just a link to the Patreon post explaining what happened. Yeah, No Room Left, Mukilaka, that's my music release name. One of them. Spoojnak and Fefi Fasak. What else? A lot of different names I've released music under. FREAKBAiT. People ask why my name is FREAKBAiT or how it came to be. I feel like it's kind of obvious, right? I could say mukulaka. Where I got that from is when I was a little kid. It's a word I made up. It's like a cuss word that I made up so I could cuss without getting in trouble. So I'd be like, oh, mukulaka, and it's like fuck or bitch or ass or whatever, you know? Whatever cuss word you want it to be, that's what mukulaka is. It's a synonym for profanity. Alright. Yeah, this is a modular synth setup, so it's a little complicated. Every time I explain it, it takes like 10-15 minutes just to explain the most basic shit, and then people get bored. People who are passionate about it, you know, they might be interested. It'd be fun to maybe have like a separate live stream one time that's specifically just to explain what to do. Maybe I would unplug everything and build the entire thing. But it'd be really boring for people who aren't into that, you know. For people who are into it, who want to learn, that would be fun. I could teach, you know, I could answer questions, teach, you know, all sorts of stuff. Each one of these, I have basically every single type of module you would need, other than like weird gimmicky ones. I have basically everything you would need, multiple of them, to make what you, like make your own synthesizer. I have several voices up here, so they're just all oscillators of various, there's, you know, all sorts of different ones. There's pure analog, this is a digital one. This is a digital one. This has like drum synthesis in it too, so you can make drum sounds from it. And then there's a resonator. There's an oscillator right here. This can be used both as an oscillator and as a processing unit, basically, to add a resonance to it. So kind of like strings, and then it has its own built-in strings and all sorts of different sounds from this. You can make drum sounds with this as well. You can make drum sounds with basically any oscillator if you put it through the right filter. Like an ADSR, you can make anything, a bass, a snare, a hi-hat, anything from just an oscillator. Fluids reacting to the music. Watch, check this out. It'll react to my voice too. Like when I talk, it'll jump around. But it reacts much better to the music. Watch, when I start it up, it'll go crazy again. Fun little jam. I think I'm going to do one more different type of jam. Let's do really, really slow, chill, something just to ride out on, you know? Do something nice and chill. Did anybody get that? I didn't do it right, but. I didn't do it perfect. I'm trying to do thus spoke there Zarathustra. fun one, kind of creepy. Just vibing on it. I'll build it, don't worry. Let's see, it's gonna sound kind of bad because I'm gonna run through a couple presets on this microKORG until I find something that vibes with it. Oh, I fucking found it, baby. Sounds fun. It's like a theremin kind of. It's hard to get that arpeggio with one hand. To like fold my fingers over multiple keys and skip them. FREAKBait's so locked in, he hasn't looked over it so long. Yeah, I have been trying to build this stuff. It's fun doing that kind of ambient crescendo core, I guess you could say. Right, that was a fun little one right there. Really like the theremin or whatever it is. Sounds like alien communication. What's up, Bear? How you doing? So this is nearing the end of the live stream. Probably talk a little bit more with the chat before we shut this down. Let's throw a little backbeat really quick. Just a quick little fast one. This is a fun little one. I like this one. Okay, let's get crazy. Let's put a showstopper, you know? It's about the presentation. Here we go. I'm gonna get crazy with it. Yeah, I said it was gonna get crazy. Here we go. Gonna do it again. Okay, last time. Wait, is Bear Claire? Is that Claire Bear? I was wondering who Bear was, honestly. I was like, there are always like, I think there's like 3 admins. I did lie. I lied again. Check it out. Watch. Okay, one last time. I'm going until we hit the 3-hour mark, and then I'll cut off the stream right then. I lied. Thank you, everybody. That was a fun live stream. I really like the Modular Mondays. If you guys enjoyed that, I definitely want to keep doing this every week. I was thinking about doing another one on Thursday, not a modular, but like a video game stream or something. I don't know. And then once I get the book published, I was thinking about doing like a weekly reading where we can read for like 2 hours or something. We'd go through the book and vote on what to do at each decision point. And I think it'd be a fun time. But thank you everybody for stopping in. Thank you Claire Bear for taking helm of the admin position and making sure everybody's in line. Just thank everybody for keeping it cordial and having fun. And this was a 3-hour live stream, so that's pretty fun. I did it from 9 until midnight basically. I don't know if this is too late, but it seemed like there's a pretty good amount of people in here and it's pretty good engagement, so maybe that's a good time. Mondays at 9 we'll do FREAKBait modular Mondays. But definitely I'll schedule something. I'm thinking either Wednesday or Thursday, probably more likely to be Thursday, for like a gaming stream. We'll try some games. But then yeah, I want to keep this going on Mondays. And let me check chat really quick before I shut this all down. Live on the 30th. Okay, let's see. What's the 30th? What day is the 30th? June 30th is Monday. Oh, yeah. I want to keep that going. I want to keep this modular Mondays and then maybe video game Thursdays or something. We'll see. I want to do like FREAKBait Fridays, but I always have shit going on Fridays, so I don't know if I could keep that up every week. But, weeks that I don't have, a show or something like that, I could do a live stream. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in, and you have a great night. And always remember that FREAKBait loves you.